Speaker Pelosi called an emergency session just this week. We weren't the only country to do so. In the UK, they called the Parliament back. But the difference in the UK, their focus was on their citizens in Afghanistan and getting them out. Pelosi worked late into the night while we were here, but nothing to do with Afghanistan. Speaker Pelosi asked the help of the president to make phone calls, not to pass any bills, to put resources to get more Americans out of Afghanistan. It was to pass close to $5 trillion. Not to debate it, but to deem it. Every single Democrat voted for that, and every single Democrat voted against Congressman Gallagher's PQ that would ask that we could get the number on a daily basis of how many Americans are in Afghanistan and to stay until the mission is done that all Americans are out. That $5 trillion, not 1 cent will be used in the situation of Afghanistan. It's a complete failure of leadership. If you listen to Speaker Pelosi's speech yesterday, great day of pride for America and Democrats. A great day of pride for American Democrats. That's what Speaker Pelosi said on the floor. Not mentioning any Gold Star families, not mentioning the veterans, even those who serve in her own conference, who had she stayed the whole hearing, could have heard the comments that they made inside the briefing, the frustration that they felt as well. I can't imagine the amount of pain being caused to our veterans. We're less than just 3 weeks away from the 20th anniversary. I want to take a moment, I want to speak directly to them, to the Gold Star families and to the veterans. You did everything your country asked of you. You should be proud that you helped take the fight to the enemy and you prevented a major terrorist attack from happening on our own soil. For those veterans who understandably need some extra support during this time, know that you are not alone. Please do not hesitate to reach out for help. Contact for the Veterans Crisis Line, call 1-800-273-8255. That's 1-800-273-8255. Or text 838-255. And the website is veteranscrisisline.net. We are grateful for your service, and we'll never forget the sacrifices each and every one who've made. You deserve a government who will not stop until all Americans are out of Afghanistan. We will continue to hold them accountable, and that is what our mission is. I know there's been a great deal amount of mistakes in one of the greatest tragedies this country has seen on a foreign policy level. Right now, our whole focus should be just getting Americans out, but there has to be accountability in the future, that this mistake can never happen again. There's many places we'll have to look, not just from the State Department, to the intel, to the decisions that are being made, but even in Congress itself. This Democrat majority and Adam Schiff shifted the entire Intel Committee to be one of impeachment and political. What did we miss? Devin Nunes has warned us time and before. The number of hearings they wanted to look on an international basis of what's the threats out there. We now have a border that is open. When I traveled to it earlier this year, it was then that we found that we had been arresting people on the terrorist watch list from Yemen. When I brought forth that on a press conference, I was criticized by Democrats. Congressman Gallegos. He said I was not telling the truth, I was lying. He has not apologized for that. We now have 5,000 prisoners that were released in Afghanistan. We have more than 100 different countries of individuals coming across our southern border. We have a president that opened it up. Now is the time to close it. This country is less safe today than we were 20 years ago based upon the actions that have just taken place. Allowing Taliban to control our foreign policy, weaponizing them, reports now that they have more Black Hawks than Australia. From the aircraft, to the drones, to the weaponry. They have more support than they had before, just from their own military buildup of the weapons that they've taken from America. Now a border that is open and a fear of what the future holds. This has all got to change. And the presidency has to change its foreign policy as well.